Welcome to the AfterBuzz. Thank you all for joining us. As you can tell, still rocking solo. Get stuff out of here. Hi everybody, how are we doing today? Not a whole lot to talk about, so if you guys got anything that you'd like to discuss, you guys are more than welcome to put it up in the chat. As you can see, we are working on more videos. If you go to the KLAQ YouTube channel, then you will see that, we have more videos up there. We got the Wonderlic test, which Buzz was clearly not happy about his score either time. And then we also have the video of me showing Buzz how to get into his trunk, which, by the way, for somebody being as intelligent as Buzz, he gave up pretty darn quick on trying to figure out how to get into the trunk of his Thunderbird. Let me explain it here really quick, and then when the AfterBuzz is done, you guys can go, check out the video. And there's no keyhole on the actual outside of the trunk, the exterior of his Thunderbird. So he would always have to use the key fob, right? Hit the little button, trunk pops up. Okay. Battery dies. Battery's inside the trunk. So Buzz believes that he can't get to the battery because it's in the trunk, but the trunk can only open if there's a battery. Makes no sense. Anyway, so I looked it up on Google. It took me maybe 20 seconds to figure out exactly how to get into this trunk. So that video is up now, and it's just really concerning to me that he was that willing to give up, I guess, that easily on something. And in a little bit here, I'll tell you guys about a video that I filmed yesterday that will probably never see the light of day because it ended up being a terrible disaster. But first things first, we'll go to the chat here. Deadside's asking about, did you get Metallica tickets? If so, how did you get them? I did not get Metallica tickets. It's too expensive. I'm planning a wedding right now and dropping $200, $300, $400, $500, $600 on Metallica tickets. It's not in the budget. So unfortunately, I do not have Metallica tickets. I have had some people ask me for Metallica tickets. I don't have any to give away. We were told beforehand, if you want to go to Metallica, if you want to be insured that you are going to Metallica, buy your tickets. Lisa had to do that. She used the fan club. She had to buy her tickets through that because, we're not guaranteed to get tickets. So who knows whether or not, if we'll have any staff tickets. I don't think so. But for everybody here in the chat, anybody listening to KLAQ, we will have lots of tickets to give away to listeners. And San Angelo and Abilene, if you're in either of those cities, we will have Metallica ticket giveaways for you as well. So let's go back to this video that I filmed yesterday. If you've ever seen Die Hard with a Vengeance, there is one scene from that movie where there's a puzzle that is given to Samuel L. Jackson and Bruce Willis, a.k.a. Zeus, and John McClane. And the puzzle is they're at a park, and they're given a 5-gallon jug and a 3-gallon jug. They have to make 4 gallons, and they're told you can't eyeball it. It has to be exactly 4 gallons because there's a bomb set up there, and there's the scale on the bomb. And so when you get the 4 gallons, you have to put the 4 gallons on the scale so that it weighs exactly 4 gallons, and then it keeps the bomb from going off. So you can't just sit there and, eyeball where you think 4 gallons would be in the 5-gallon jug. So I tried to do this video yesterday with Buzz, Joanna, Nico, and Lisa. And it was an absolute train wreck. Because I'm not going to name names here, but some people didn't know what eyeball meant. So like when you're talking about how if you're trying to fill up something this big and there's a line here and you're trying to fill it halfway, eyeballing the middle, like that wasn't understood. Being exact for some reason wasn't understood by everybody either. Explaining that you can't go above a certain line clearly went over everybody's head as well. So it just ended up being a complete shit show. And I'm going to go through the video and I'm going to see if there's anything I can use from it because it might be, like good outtakes. I think the stuff with Lisa was pretty damn funny. But in general, it really wasn't, it wasn't, it's not usable is really what it is. Everybody's asking about Metallica tickets in the YouTube chat. especially for the AfterBuzz or the chatters. No, I can almost guarantee you that there will not be Metallica tickets for the YouTube chat or for the AfterBuzz. Those things are too damn big to give away online. We're going to push the website. So if you're a freeloader, if you're not a freeloader, make sure you go sign up. It's easy. It's free. Takes almost no time at all. And no, we do not barrage you with emails, and we don't give your information to anybody either. So that's an easy way to get Metallica tickets. But I think for the AfterBuzz or the YouTube chat, sorry, probably not going to happen. So I would not bank on that if I were you. Deadside said, I never understood that jug puzzle in Die Hard. Well, clearly, so I understood it. Nobody else understood what the point was. So let me get to this really quick, because Joe says Die Hard 2. Now, this is actually Die Hard 3, Die Hard with a Vengeance. Die Hard 1 was the one in Los Angeles. Die Hard 2 was the one at the airport. Die Hard 3, Die Hard with a Vengeance, that's the one that was in New York during the summertime with Sam Jackson as Zeus and obviously Bruce Willis as John McClane. So let me give the kind of quick synopsis of it here. So you're given a 5-gallon jug and a 3-gallon jug. You have to end up with 4 gallons. So just through, simple, observation, you can't put 4 gallons in the 3-gallon jug. So you have to end up with 4 gallons in the 5-gallon jug. Follow me here. I'm going to go through this pretty quick. What you do, fill up the 5-gallon jug, take 5, and you start pouring that into the 3 until the 3 is filled. So at this point, you have 2 gallons in the 5-gallon jug, 3 gallons in the 3-gallon jug. Dump out the 3-gallon jug. So now this is empty, and you still have 2 gallons in the 5-gallon jug. Now you take those 2 gallons, dump them all the way into the 3-gallon jug. So now you have 0 over here, 2 over here, right? Fill up the 5-gallon jug. So you've got 5 gallons in this jug, 2 gallons in the 3-gallon jug. Now, how do you get from 5 gallons to 4 gallons? You subtract 1. How much empty space right now is in the 3-gallon jug? 1 gallon. So all you do is take the 5-gallon jug, you start pouring it into the 3-gallon jug until it's filled up. You now have 4 gallons in the 5-gallon jug. It's the easiest explanation I can give you without actually showing it. I knew I should have kept the supplies for these too, because I used cups and I had to do their own measuring and stuff. And but I threw them away. And even as I threw them away yesterday too, I was like, man, I probably shouldn't do this because I might need to use these again. But I ended up tossing them out anyway. So anyway, it ended up being an epic fail. And a lot of it was on me too, because my explanation wasn't that good when it came to trying to explain to them what we were doing. The setup probably wasn't the best, but some of it was pretty damn funny. So I'm going to see if I can't pull some of that out. Joanna was completely baffled with it. She didn't have a clue. And especially since I was timing them. They all had 2 minutes to complete this puzzle. And that didn't help either. And Lisa, she kept doing what I told her she couldn't do. Like I said, don't do that. And then she did it. And then she would complain that I told her that she couldn't do it. So it ended up being just an absolute fiasco. Anyway, in the YouTube chat here, which if you guys, I don't know if you know this, but we got a message on YouTube that said if you're live streaming something and then that gets saved like the AfterBuzz does, you'll be able to go back and watch the chat if you want. So you'll not only be able to see the video, but you can see what's going on in the chat at that same time when things were popping up. At least that was my understanding of the message that we got. Let me scroll through the chat here really quickly. Christiana asks, am I hyped for Ready Player One? I would be if I got to go see more movies. The trailers look awesome. There's so much stuff that you can, pick out from different video games, movies, everything. Like, it looks amazing. It's just, I just don't have the time to go see movies. I did see the trailer for Christopher Robin. That's going to be the new live action Winnie the Pooh movie. It's got Ewan McGregor in it. And that's one that we might go see in the theater. But I'm really limited to what I can go see in the theater. And a lot of stuff I just kind of got to wait and tough it out until it hits HBO or Netflix or Amazon Prime or whatever it may be. And speaking of Amazon Prime, I've been rewatching all the old seasons of Roseanne. I think I'm only on episode 3 of season 1 or something like that. And that show, absolutely hilarious. And Amazon Prime has every single season. So if you want to marathon it leading up to this new season that they have coming out here shortly, then by all means, if you have Amazon Prime, hit it up. A couple other questions here. Did Buzz ever take a picture to compare to the pizza box? No, we haven't. We need to do that. Just take a picture of him eating a slice of pizza. I think we could walk next door and get him a slice. I'm telling you, if you take it from that same angle with the same hand position and everything, Buzz could claim that that is his picture on that pizza box. What else do we have here? Oh, Joe's asking about the Szechuan sauce, or he's not really asking about it. I think he's making a statement because it's followed by multiple exclamation points. We had some here. Emily went and bought some. She gave me one of them. I actually went to McDonald's to get the Szechuan sauce, and I'm a little pissed off because the one McDonald's that I went to, I went and grabbed McNuggets specifically for the Szechuan sauce, asked for it. They said they had it, and then when I got home, I opened up the bag, flipping barbecue sauce. Jerks. Anyway. Why is the chat giving me problems here? I'm trying to scroll down and it keeps like skipping past. So if I miss something that was asked or a statement or whatever, you might have to retype it because for some reason it's being a problem right now. Deadside said visual aids would help with this puzzle. Yes, trust me, I know it would. That's why I'm kicking myself for not keeping that stuff. But really, just try to break it down. You have a 5-gallon jug and a 3-gallon jug, and the whole point is to get exactly 4 gallons in the 5-gallon jug, and nothing is marked on it. So give it a shot. It's but then again, brain teasers, I enjoy doing them. So oh, now Deadside says I just looked it up and it helped a lot. In the movie, they just go through it real fast and not show. Yeah, they don't. Like they start it and then I think they go to another scene where it flashes to Jeremy Irons doing something, and when they come back, they've already got some water in the jugs, and they're like, oh, I've got this, and I've got this, and then they fill it up, and poof, all of a sudden they've got the 4 gallons. So they don't really show how it's done in the movie, but I believe I counted the steps. I think it's 6 steps to get to the 4 gallons. It's really simple when you break it down. But if you aren't really aware of what you're doing and you don't know where to start, that can be really difficult. One of the problems Buzz had is he was like, okay, I'm going to fill up the 3-gallon and I'm going to fill up the 5. Well, then now what are you going to do? They're both filled. You need to somehow get to 4. You have to empty them out somehow. Phil asks about any thoughts on Devil's Rejects 2 that might happen. I would definitely go check that out. I've been a big fan of zombies movies. I remember I just impatiently waited for House of a Thousand Corpses to be released. That thing, it felt like forever. There's 2 movies that I remember really having to wait before they were released because for some reason something held them up in production or they just wouldn't release it. One was House of a Thousand Corpses, and then the other one was Fanboys. If you've never seen Fanboys and you consider yourself a Star Wars fan, go see Fanboys. It's brilliant. The plot line is it's a group of kids. It's back in 1999, and they want to see the Phantom Menace. The only problem is one of their friends finds out. I think it's terminal cancer. I know, really, really dark. And that's one of the reasons that this movie took so long to be released is because the studio, which I believe was the Weinstein studio, they felt that storyline was a little bit too dark and they wanted to try to go a different direction, but they kept screening it for fans and they didn't like any of the redos that they did. So they ended up going and sticking with what they originally planned, where one of the kids finds out he has terminal cancer and he's not going to and the doctor has said you only have X amount of time to live, and it's before Phantom Menace comes out. So they plan a trip. I think they're over on the East Coast. So they plan a trip to California to break into Skywalker Ranch to steal a copy of Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And it's a brilliant, brilliant movie. So, but those are the 2 that I really remember. Just for some reason, I couldn't, they wouldn't be released. And I got very impatient with it. It bothered me. Oh, there was a 3rd one, actually, that I think about it, that I very impatiently waited for. And I was upset that I watched it. And that was Boondock Saints 2. That movie sucks. Whatever you do, don't see it. If you liked Boondock Saints 1, do not go see Boondock Saints 2. It's awful. It's so bad it almost might ruin the first one. Joe asks if I've seen Lords of Salem. That's another Rob Zombie movie. I have not. I've tried. I couldn't get through it. That opening scene where they're on the radio, it's a lot of the radio stuff that just gets under my skin. It's just I don't know. And the acting seemed off, and I couldn't. I couldn't get through it. I might give it another shot, but I haven't actually sat down and been able to get all the way through Lords of Salem. Let me see here. Deadside says, I've never seen a Rob Zombie movie. Give it a shot. They're pretty good. I'd say Devil's Rejects probably the best one. House of it's sequels. You get House of a Thousand Corpses leads into Devil's Rejects. House of a Thousand Corpses is more horror movie. Devil's Rejects more kind of outlaw crime movie, I guess would be an easier way to say it. But both of them are really good. I've enjoyed both of them. Green-Eyed Ghost is asking, have I caught a new episode from The Walking Dead? I think I've lost complete interest in The Walking Dead. I tried, and then this is what would happen with The Walking Dead for me, is I would watch it religiously, like every single Sunday. That's one of the shows I watched live on Sunday nights, and then that just kind of stopped. And then I would catch up, or if I would get 3 or 4 episodes behind, I would go marathon those episodes, and I'd always eventually catch my way back up. But I might be to the point now that I'm just done with The Walking Dead because it doesn't interest me. And a lot of those times when I was watching it, it was more of a chore. It was more, okay, I have to sit down and watch The Walking Dead because what a lot of people said, I've invested so much time in this show, I need to keep watching it. So you're just kind of like, all right, well, I guess I got an hour or an hour and a half or an hour and 15 of Morgan with his stick playing around. So I think I might officially be done with The Walking Dead, which I'm branching off to other shows. There's other things that I've been occupying my time with, like Roseanne. I turned on my Xbox for the first time in months yesterday. I had some extra time at night. The wife and the kid, they were doing things in the other room, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go turn on the Xbox and play a video game. So I played some NHL. It's an older version, but rocked some NHL and trying to remember all the buttons. Sucks balls. But those are the things I'm going to start doing to fill my time, just because The Walking Dead, I can't do it anymore. But April is going to be huge because there's a ton of shows coming back in April. I believe that's when Legion comes back on FX. I believe that's when Westworld comes back on HBO. And I could be wrong on this. Don't hold me to this, but I believe April is also when Taboo comes back on FX as well. I do remember those two shows kind of coinciding with each other because that was what I would do like my Saturday or Sunday mornings when I had some extra time. Get up early and just, make some breakfast, and I would go watch one of those shows early Saturday or Sunday morning. So I do know at least Legion is coming back and Westworld. Oh my God, Westworld. Amazing. If you've not seen Westworld, go watch it. It is awesome. Okay, let's go back to the chat here. What do we got here? Phil says supposedly they're making another Dexter. No, they are not. There was a poster that was released for a season 9 of Dexter that has now been debunked, and apparently it was a fake poster. So no, there is no new season of Dexter popping up. Christiana asks, who else was pissed that the promised Knight Rider reboot show never got made? You're always iffy on the remakes because some can be good, some can be god-awful. So maybe it's for the best that reboot never got made. Cool DBZ says, did you ever watch the Wonder Years or Freaks and Geeks? I was never able to get into Wonder Years, really. I remember watching a few episodes, but I was never really able to get into it. Freaks and Geeks is awesome. I still have it in my Netflix queue and will occasionally pop it in. I mean, look at that cast before anybody was big. That cast was amazing. And it was unfortunately that it was one of those, one season and it's done because it didn't get the ratings. But that's still that one season, totally worth checking out, especially, it's the time frame. And if you kind of remember any of that stuff, like it takes place, like it came out, I believe, in 2000. But it was taking place in was it late 80s, I believe? Late 80s, early 90s? I think it's late 80s. Yeah, Freaks and Geeks is great. Yeah, if you haven't seen Freaks and Geeks, you got to go check it out. Okay. Wow, that 20 minutes rolled by quick. So just so you guys remember, we are working on some other videos. I've sent some emails out. We're working on some things. I do want to. We missed it for last week. They had UFC over the weekend. I do want to bring Wreck-It Randy back, so we'll bring him in. So and Isaac, who's my trainer out there, I want to get them in here. So when there's a big UFC fight, we can talk about the fight, what's coming up, what to expect, what to watch for, and overall just be goofy sons of bitches here in our green room. And then also another one that we're working on has to do with Dungeons and Dragons. So if you're into that. That should hopefully be as well, and those will have a similar format to the AfterBuzz. They'll be streamed live, and then they'll be saved for later because it's not the show. The show we can't put up later because of copyright issues. This is just me talking like an idiot for 20 minutes. There's no copyright to me talking like an idiot, so. Those will pop up, and we'll be producing some more of that stuff, and we'll hopefully have more fun videos featuring Buzz and everybody else as well. Ivan says, does anybody remember the rumor that Manson was in the Wonder Years? Yeah, I remember that. He was supposedly the kid. He was the friend. No, and obviously he wasn't. But that was before the internet, and that's when those rumors would just start flying. Or actually, no, that was at the very early stages of the internet, which helped that rumor fly, where you would see the meme and you'd see the pictures. I was like, oh man, that's the kid from Wonder Years. No, it's not. Really quick, couple more things here. If you guys got anything else, about 30, 60 seconds here for you. Joe's asking, what's my take on haters on the Mo Show chat? If people want to come hate, that's perfectly fine. It's an open forum. There's just specific rules. Don't be a dick. No outrageous name calling. Obviously no racial slurs, gay slurs, anything like that. That's an immediate banning. But in general, if you want to come, chat and disagree, we're more than welcome to it. Once you start trolling, though, you're gone. And by trolling, I mean if you continually repeat yourself, if you constantly come back and you don't let something drop, like that's, well, you put me a timeout for that. Fucking grow up, dude. See you later. Like, we have no need for that in the chat. The whole point of it is if you want to have a discussion, you can have a discussion. But if you're going to be a dick or you're going to be a troll or you're going to get upset about everything, then I have no problems just giving you the hammer. You can go to another show. We're not going to miss you. Green Eyed Ghost says, I love the extra videos you all are doing, so I hope you guys keep them up. Yeah, we are actually. That's been that's something that we've been working on that you're going to see a lot more of. One series that I was going to try to do was going to be called is Brandon's Brain Games, and I was going to start that with the Die Hard Liquid Challenge, and clearly that didn't work out too well. So I got to figure out how I'm going to do that. And do it well so that it's watchable and it's not just everybody being like, oh, I don't know what he's talking about, or like them freaking out or whatever. Vic says sometimes it gets funny when people are angry, meaning like the people angry, in the chat or whatever. So yeah, if you want to come and you want to be, if you want to disagree with us, that's perfectly fine. But if you just want to be outrageous and you want to be trolling, see it. Like, there's been people recently that have gone overboard with the trolling, and which is funny. There's people who recently have come out and been like, oh, I'm not trolling, but they're doing it by trolling, and they're going to every social media and they're doing all these things, and that's like when we just start banning and booting people, and it's like, no, like, you need to grow up, dude. You're an adult human being, at least as far as we can tell by your screen name and everything else. Eric says, I like those videos on YouTube of video game trolls pissing people off. It's usually kids. Yeah, those ones are pretty funny. Those ones are pretty entertaining. But yeah, for our YouTube chat and everything else, trolls, sorry, you got to go. But if you're one of the loyal chatters, I thank you. I salute you for sticking around and being one of the good guys and one of the good gals. On that note, we're going to end this after Buzz. We'll see you next week. Just a heads up, Buzz is off next week. And I believe Buzz is off all next week, so it'll be myself, Lisa, and Joanna, and then Joanna's gone later in the week, so it'll be me and Lisa later on. So anyway, if you guys have anything else, go ahead and put it in the chat. I'll jump into the chat if you guys want, but this after Buzz is now done. I need to go, I don't know, do some other stuff. So, and if you guys want, you can see what we have here in the studio. Really quick before I shut her down, apparently Megan Trainor is now a full-time guest in our studio. Here, if I position it like that, if I position it like that, what's that look like? I'm a child. All right.